and welcome. So this process video is very special because it is in reply to a design team call by the Crafty Maven Getaway, and this is my video that I'll be sending along with my design team application. I decided for this video that I wanted to combine two of my favorite days on the Crafty Maven Getaway, and those 2 days are Sketch It Out Thursday and Stash It Monday. So I'm going to use the sketch that you saw at the beginning from Creative Scrappers, and then I'm also going to use lots of products from my stash. I put together kind of like a little mini kit to go with the mood board that you saw at the beginning of the video with the corals and the navies, and I'm going to go ahead and use that mood board and this kit from my stash and the sketch. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating a bunch of circles with my Creative Memories circle cutters. I've started using them more as templates than to cut circles. I don't know, they're perfectly round, and they've been working really well for creating kind of big circles on my page, on my layouts. So I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to use one of my very favorite techniques, and that is to kind of outline these circles with my distress crayons. This is the chipped sapphire crayon, and then I'm going to smudge that crayon to create this really pretty kind of watercolory effect. And it is really one of my absolute favorite things to do. I've also been playing and using it with some hand lettering techniques, and I have just been having so much fun. So all I did was I outlined one of those or two of those circles with the distress crayons, and now I'm just going to use a water brush and I'm going to smudge that blue out into the rest of the circle. The sketch has these circles in the background, and one of them in the sketch is kind of like an off color, and I think you could use it as like maybe a piece of pattern paper or solid cardstock, but as soon as I saw it, I knew I really wanted to do this smudging with the distress crayons. If you don't have distress crayons, you could easily recreate this idea with some oil pastels or really anything. I think distress markers would even work. Anything that is water reactive that you could outline and then smudge. But you could play around with your own stash and see what you have that would be able to create this kind of technique. So what I'm going to do now is, I know my photo is a little too big. I want to create 3 blocks like there are on the sketch, and I know that my photo is too big, so I'm going to trim it down, but then I'm going to trim it down more again because it's still too big. And I'm going to go ahead and back my mixed media background with this gray paper. This gray chevron paper is from Gossamer Blue. It's from their Gramercy Road collection, and it is probably 2 or 3 years old. The 6x6 papers I chose are from the Everyday collection by Jen Hadfield. I really love this collection, but I have so little of it. So I keep kind of mixing it in with my stash to make it go just a little bit further, because I love the colors, and it was perfect for this mood board. It has these navies and grays and corally peaches in it. So what I'm doing now is I'm cutting each of those papers to 3.5 by 3.5, and then I trimmed my photo to 3.25 by 3.25, so that I have all 3 of these. I'm going to decide here how I want them to be. I'm going to break up the 2 busier patterns with that light gray pattern, and I'm going to just fidget with these here a little bit. You know, if you watch me a lot, I like to fidget. So can I just say, am I the only person who's trying really hard to use up all of their foam adhesive before they buy fun foam? Because that's what I'm doing. I actually pulled the little circles out of this so that I could pop my photo up on the foam, like the leftover foam pieces, but I'm going to get it all used, and I'm not buying any more. So as soon as I use up my foam that I have, I am going on to the fun foam because it looks like so much fun. So I'm going to go ahead and use my T-Scroll ruler now to make sure that all of these squares that are 3.25 by 3.25 are equal, even, and we don't have anything going uphill or downhill on my page, because that would be unpleasant to say the least. A little bit of head, sorry about that. Just lining my my papers up here. And then I will get to work on creating my 3 areas of embellishment. So the other thing I want to do on this layout is, and this is where I kind of veer away from the sketch quite a bit. So the sketch has doesn't have these pieces, but I wanted to add the coral into my layout with a little bit of paper layers. And I also wanted to make that area where my photos were just a little bit messier. So my photos, my mixed media background is kind of on the messy side. So I wanted to provide a couple of little messy layers, and I wanted to pull in those corals that are also in the mood board. I am a big color person, so for me, mood boards, I'm almost always inspired by the colors, or in this case, the colors and also the metal accents. There was some rose gold and brassy accents in the mood board that I also decided to pull. Also in this mood board, there were pictures of like the inside of houses, and it just so happens that in my stash, I still have these little puffy stickers from the Wonder collection. I love them. These houses, I've been hoarding them, waiting for just the perfect time to use them. And I decided right there is really good because my son is in our house, and there were little pictures of different rooms and houses also in the mood board. So the 2 little pieces of coral paper that I added, one was from a Project Life card that I cut apart, and the other one was the branding strip from one of the papers in the Everyday collection. This little tag that you see there that says 9, my son was 9 when I took this photo, so I thought that that would be appropriate. And I grabbed a little flare badge and some rubber pieces from Felicity Jane. There's so many different manufacturers and lines in this layout. I'm also going to use a couple more of those puffy stickers from the Wonder collection, and my enamel dots are from the brand new Echo Park line, I Love Winter. So as you can see with that above, I had to put some twine in my tag because there's a hole there. I don't know. There's a hole there, so it has to have twine in it. And then underneath my flare, I decided to do some messy thread. Now, I do not do messy thread very often, and you'll see why right here, because I have so much trouble with messy thread. It gets away from me, but it's okay. I managed to whip it into submission and make it stay, kind of. I don't know, Missy Whitten makes it look crazy easy, but yeah, it just like unravels and goes everywhere when I try to do it. So I did get it to, I kind of whipped it into shape and made it the way I wanted it, and then I'm going to add some more embellishments and attach them to some of the thread pieces that are sticking out a little bit more. And I do like the way that the thread looks. I think it gives it some of more of that messy kind of look that I have going on in my background that I wanted to make sure that I bring into this layout. I happen to love little boy layouts that have some messiness going on with them, but I also like little boy layouts with lots of sequins on. So the next thing I'm going to work on here is my title. Now, I know what you're thinking. With all of the embellishments in scrapbooking that say best day ever, why would I spell my title out with letter stickers? The reason I did that is because I really wanted to have the coral and that little bit of metallic rose gold going on, and I do have some, but nothing in the colors that I want. And so, you know, perfect opportunity to use those best day ever embellishments, and I spell it out with letter stickers. Yep, sounds like me. So now I'm just showing you how I took all of these colors that are in the mood board and I have them spread evenly around my layouts. And now I'm adding my journaling, which is handwritten on this little card, and I backed it with some navy and white diagonal striped paper. Now I'm just adding some messy faux stitches. Pretty soon though, they will be real stitches because I got confirmation today that my brand new sewing machine has shipped. So pretty soon we'll be able to do real stitches. And as a last little piece to this layout, I sprinkled some Heidi Swapp Color Shine in navy and coral to just reinforce those colors and all those colors from the mood board that I want to bring into my layout. I hope you have enjoyed this process video. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Have a wonderful day, and maybe, just maybe, you'll see me soon with some videos at the Crafty Maven Getaway. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye!